In Sedona? No.
No, we're in Sacramento.
Sacramento.
It's
Things that start with S.
That's right. It's an S thing. So yeah, you're forgiven.
Yeah, thanks. And we have another fun new thing.
It's Itchy Nose Day.
I don't know. I think, Sacramento is city of trees, which means city of pollen.
It's January. Should the pollen not be taking a winter break?
I don't know. There's trees out there that still have leaves on them, right? You walk outside.
Yeah, I know.
There's
Most of them are gone at this point, but something is definitely making my face itch.
Yes, well, there's leaves that hang in there all year. So
back to reality.
Yes.
Yes.
So today we are here to announce our new product of the Peacock Kits.
Yep.
Tell them what's in it.
I left my notes over there. So you might remember the Raven kits, and these are a riff on that. And what we have are two different styles of rice paper that Elizabeth is so well known for her peacocks. This is a head and a little bit of the shoulder in on one of a peacock. So we're going to give you basically everything that you need, but this time, you want to show the two of them? We've color coordinated them a little bit. So this one is a little bit more aqua, and that one is a little bit more blue. So we're going to give you Stickles Glitter Gel and foil, more on the blue side for there, and more on the aqua or turquoise side here.
And look at this. If you do both of them, they make a nice pair.
Yep.
Right? Facing. But yeah. So I thought that would be a great idea to have two. One kit is more towards blue, the other one is more towards aqua. That way, if you want to get both of them, you're not getting duplicate products.
You could put the heads back to back. I mean, you could put them facing if you want. So
this is for when they're mad at each other, and this is for when they're happy.
Yeah, there you go. That makes perfect sense. So,
and I keep giving that one to Barb because she made that one, and we didn't
I
show that. I didn't show that in the video that's coming, the footage that's coming. So Barb made that one.
I'm not Elizabeth, so if I can do this, you can do this.
Yeah, you can make that in your bedroom at home.
You betcha. Sure.
All right.
Want to go do it?
Yeah, let's go show them how to do it. Okay, and action. All right, so today we are here to show you the brand new Peacock Kits. We have two different kits with two different peacocks that are beautifully reproduced from my artwork on rice paper that is printed in Italy with UV resistant inks. So they're archival and they're fade proof and they're beautiful and they're 30 GSM. So they're a nice thin but sturdy piece of rice paper, and they glue down beautifully because of the thickness and because of the absorbency of the rice paper. The paper has some fibers in it. It's a really nice quality paper, and I love the vibrancy of the color in the reproduction. So the kit includes gel medium, which we'll be using to secure the paper to the gesso board. This is Ampersand Museum Series gesso board panel. It is professional grade, and it is a pre-primed surface. So it's a panel board, and the surface is pre-primed and with gesso, and you don't need to do anything else to prep the surface, which is kind of cool. So the first thing we're going to do is take the peacock rice paper. There's two different kits, so I'm just going to show you, demonstrate for you one kit, and then I'll show you results we made with the other kit. And you line it up how you want it. It's going to overhang a little bit on the top and bottom. So how I've been lining this one up is flush left, so it doesn't get too close to the edge, and I just let the bottom go off, and I get the top lined up with the top of the headpiece as best I can. So I'm going to squeeze out a bunch of this gel medium. You want to spread it with a brush, and definitely make sure you get it especially out to the corners so that your corners don't peel up. And you want to spread a nice liberal amount of it, but get it right out to the edges and especially out to the corners. Okay, so we get that all set, all the sides. Hopefully I got everything. You can turn it to the light sometimes to see.
I can see it reflecting. It's glossing because it's wet.
No, it's not going to be glossy. So if you get it on top of your rice paper, it's not going to make everything shiny. So then I'm going to line it up at the top and along the right-hand side. Press it down. I'm going to use a Princeton Catalyst wedge to smooth it. I like this tool because it's flexible silicone. It's It's softer than scraping across the surface of this with a credit card. And this just pulls the air out because this is a big piece. But the rice paper, like I said, it glues down beautifully. So this just applies pressure and gets, and again, you want to get out to your corners and out to your edges. Okay. So once that's all down, then you're going to put gel medium over the top. This seals up the rice paper and allows you to draw on it with Posca pens and to glue things to it and to embellish it without damaging the surface. So we're gonna just seal it up with a gel medium surface, and then we're gonna let it dry. And the same thing, you can angle this, hold it to the light to see if you've missed any spots. You want to make sure that everything's shiny. And you can really see if you've missed a spot if you hold it at an angle to the light. Okay. And then you're going to set this aside and let it dry, or you can hair dryer it, blow dry it, and make sure that it's really dry before you move on to the next step. Okay, so just like Julia Child, we have one that's already dry coming out of the second oven. I love that joke. Did you ever watch her? She was like, then we'll put it in the oven. And then she took the one out and it was done. So we have the white watercolor version and the black smooth and sturdy. So you're going to get one of each. And then I painted them, and I painted both kinds. I painted white ones, and I even painted black ones and got them really light. I mean, look at how light that is. But you still get like a little bit of black around the edges, and it kind of is a neat effect. So I painted them, I gel printed them. You can spray them, you can paint them with a brush, you can apply color any way you want to. But I did it on the gel plate. And I obviously use an opaque color to go over black and become light. And what I was going for with my creative cuts and my design of this was getting a color that was kind of close to the background here so that it would be subtle. So I kind of went with grayish colors so I could get a subtle peacock feather eye pattern in the background. After I paint them together as a sheet, and then I come in with the scissors and snip them apart into individual eyes, feather eyes that I can move around the composition. Now, you might want to leave them just white, or you might want to leave them just black. But I painted mine, and then I'm going to make an arrangement where I've got them sort of on the left-hand side, and they're subtle, but they're creating a pattern. And let's see, here's one that's a little darker. I mean, when you paint them yourself, you're going to end up with a variety of color. They're not all going to be even. So let's go for a lighter one there. Maybe this one. Yeah, that's nice. So that one. And then I would arrange another cluster of 3 down here. Like that. Now, something that Barb made note of while we were doing this is that try flipping them over. I painted all mine on the same side, but you know, when you flip the creative cut over, you're going to get the feather eye kind of slightly tipping in the opposite direction, and then you have more options of, mine are all going the same direction because I painted all the same side. So you may want to paint one on one side and one on the other side, so you have flip directions. So this is how I'm gonna line up my things, I think, my feather eyes. And let's see, I think I want to push this up a little bit. And you just, I just kind of moved these around until I was happy with how they looked, and then I picked them up and glued them down. So this is kind of, I like the way this fits into the negative space. So I come back with my gel medium and the brush, and the easiest way for me to do this so that I don't lose track of where I wanted them to go is to just pick them up one at a time and glue them in place. Or my other trick that I suggest to my students, but never take my own advice, is that you can take a photo. So get them all laid out how you want them, and then take a photo with your phone. And then you can refer back to your phone and put glue on the whole big area, right? Instead of doing them one at a time, and take a photo with your phone and then come back and lay them into the glue.
I have to confess, that's what I do.
Is it? See how efficient you are? This squeeze top gel medium is helpful for the process that I'm doing right here, because you can put it right where you want it. All right. So then the next thing I have been enjoying doing is taking my white Posca pen, increasing the highlight in the eye a little bit, and then doing some dots, making some dots right around this white area where the white around his eye kind of graduates out into the feathers. And I think the dots are kind of fun way to embellish and kind of bring the white out. And you can even do the white dots on top of the white. And I kind of connect this white with the dots. I don't want to go crazy with too many dots, but I do like them. And I feel like they kind of give you another opportunity to add. Now, I did white. You could, of course, use a teal Posca marker. You could use a gold, whatever, mess around with it. So I've got that. And then the next step is to add some foil. So the kit is going to come with a 6x6 sheet of Deco Foil. And this color I specifically chose to go with sort of the teal color that's going on in this peacock. We also have a pot of Galaxy, I believe that says Galaxy.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Galaxy Stickles Glitter Gel that is also, the same color, which is this kind of teal color in here. So this takes a really long time to dry, so I'm going to put this on last. The foil adhesive that I'm using is Deco Foil adhesive. This is not part of the kit because we're assuming a lot of people already have foil adhesive. You can use Deco Foil. You can use Tacky When Dry Gel medium from the Crafter's Workshop. There's many other foil adhesives that you can use. So this one, the Deco Foil, comes with a pointed tip, and I have appreciated that for putting the foil in the lines of the feather crown. So these thin lines you can really get with this pointed applicator. And then I'm going to apply foil to those lines, which is going to be really nice. And then I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to do a little scribble on those long little tips that are at the end of those. So this will all be in the glass slipper foil. Then I'm going to do some dots with the tip. I'm going to do some dots that pile up together and some dots that are separate. So some dots I'm going to push together to create a cluster. So I'm not going to make them all separate. So some clustered together, and I'm going to apply that down here. Just sort of randomly around there, a little bit over here. And I really like this pointed tip applicator for applying it just in some areas, especially those lines on the top. So I'll do a little bit here. And a little bit over there. Okay? So now we have to just patiently wait for the foil to dry. So this is, like I said, the Deco Foil that comes in the kit. And then I've been really spoiled by this Speedball Red Baron. Usually for the longest time, I just applied the foil with the fronts of my fingernails. But this is great for really pressing the foil into the dried glue. So this is a really handy tool that has grown on me a lot since I started using it. So, okay, so we will wait for the adhesive to dry, and then the next step will be applying the foil. Okay, so now we have dry foil adhesive, and I'm going to start at the top. You can start wherever you want, but I'm excited about the top. So I'm going to Like I said, you can use the fronts of your fingernails, you can use the back of a spoon, but this is a great tool. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, I love that.
So pretty. This is one of my favorite, well, it's turquoise. One of my favorite colors of foil, plus it's holographic, so. And from this angle, I can see up here where in the corner by where you've got it bent over your fingers.
Yeah.
I can see the different colors coming out because of the way that the holographic effect
Oh
on
yeah,
that
the
foil.
holographic effect on the foil, yeah. So, you can see, look at that. When you hold it to the light, all that cool shininess. So, and the other thing that I like is when you put those little adhesives down in dots, they smush out into kind of cool blobby shapes that I really like. Let's see. And the best way to tell if you've got it all is just give it a rub with your finger. And if you find a sticky spot, then that means you got to go back and apply more foil. So just give it a rub, and then there's no more tacky spots. So then we're going to move down here. This is a lot better than heating up the front of your fingernails. Okay, so again, I'm going to give it a rub. I've got all the spots with my foil. And again, let's have a little look at the effect of that. Look at that, all in here. Very, very cool with the dots and the dabbing of the glue. Really, really neat. I love that.
Really pretty.
Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I've got some postage stamps in the kit because I really like putting postage stamps in the backgrounds of my work. I feel like eventually postage stamps are going to go away, all for the metering, and it's nobody writes letters anymore, so it's sort of like a nostalgic thing, the postage stamp. So I put some glue down, and then I'm choosing ones that are similar colors to the background. Now, the stamps that you get in the kit are random, so you just go through and pick the ones you like the best. So this one to me is similar, kind of neutral to the background. This one I grabbed because it's green. And I like to put my stamps kind of at angles. Overlap them a little bit, kind of tip and tilt them. And it's just another kind of design element for the background. Okay, I think I want that one up a little higher. Actually, I think I want that one under this one. There we go. Okay. And press down, I've got glue on the brush, so it went under and now it's going over the top, and I'm pressing down with the brush. And lastly, and these are all down great and they're dry. So lastly, we're going to apply the glitter gel. So I grab, I love this because it's got little pieces and particles in it, like chunks, big and small and medium pieces. That's why I like this one in the pot, because it's like a lot of different shapes and sizes of glitter in the mix. So we're going to take a little bit of it out with the palette knife, and I'm just going to spread it sort of just randomly, you know, in the medium value area of the collage. And as I spread it, you can see that it's applying the shapes. That this one has a lot of circles in it, this particular color. And I'm just going to put that along here. And a little bit down here. So now we have two different kinds of shiny stuff between the foil and the chunky glitter gel. And let's have another look at that from an angle so we can see the light catching on the glitter gel and the foil. And then we have the more subtle elements of the background, the postage stamps and the feather eye creative cuts. And then lastly, and then we've got the Posca dots. And sometimes I like to also give a little lighter tip of this beak with the white. Give it a little rub. Help separate it out from the background a little bit. And lastly, I'm going to sign it. I want to go bold this time, Barb. I'm going to use the bold white pen right here. Ready?
Sounds good to me.
There you go. So there is the beautiful Peacock Kit results, and we have some others to show you because we have 2 kits. So first of all, I want to talk about, oh, and let me say, this is a pro tip. Applying this last is the pro tip because this takes forever to dry. Even with a hair dryer, it resists drying. So if you do it before the end, you risk getting it on your hands, transferring it to the background, even transferring it to the foil. So learn from my mistake. Do this last and then set it aside to dry. That way it doesn't get smeared anywhere. Okay? So this is the first rice paper in the kit. And then this is the second rice paper kit. Now this one I drew out here. I kind of doodled and I painted it in with some watercolor. This one is not mounted to the board yet. If you are so inclined to draw or Zentangle or doodle, we've given you tons of room back here where you could do that with a fine point Posca pen and then paint it in or color it in if you want to add that to the mix. I've also got Barb created. Oh, this is another one of mine.
Mine is behind me. I can't reach it. Sorry.
Okay.
We'll show it at the end.
This one is another version that I did of the second kit. So this is the second Peacock. So this one has also got Deco Foil. The foil in this kit is denim. So it's more blue, less green. And it's got glitter gel, which will be, what's it called?
Aquarius.
Aquarius, which is more blue, less green. And then we've got the same, I did the same thing with the Creative Cuts, and I added the stamps in 2 places on this one because I have a little bit more room. And on this one, I actually took a Posca pen and drew in the, embellished the lines of the headdress and then added the glitter gel to the top. So I added some blue lines in there with the Posca pen, and I did again the dots, the tip of the beak, and the eye. So there's certainly plenty of room out here on this one, and quite a decent amount of room out here on the other one for you to have fun with the backgrounds and also fun with the glitter inside the peacock. Barb's going to show you how to trim. Thank you for reminding me that. Yeah, because you have overhang, and she's going to show you how to trim. And I really think you should just let this dry. Be patient and let it dry overnight before you try to trim. Because if it's at all wet, you'll pull it, it'll rip. If you flip it upside down and that glitter gel is not dry, it'll be a mess. So leave it to the next day and then trim. So Barb's going to show you that.
This is all dry now, and so I'm going to show you the easy way to do this. Now I have a utility knife because we have limited tools, and unfortunately neither of us brought an X-Acto or craft knife. That would be my recommendation, is that you use that. Put your glasses on. And this board is thick enough that you don't need a ruler or anything. All you have to do, this needs to be sharp, this needs to be completely dry, is just use the edge of the board as a guide. This is 30 GSM paper. It's very light. You don't need to press hard, which is why you want a nice sharp blade. And then all you have to do is trim all the way around. But if you don't wait until the rice paper is completely dry, there are times, and I have done this, that you start to pull and the paper kind of bunches up and it doesn't cut correctly, and that's enough to make you cry. So we don't want that. All right, and then we come around here and just do this last edge. Simple, real easy to do, but the 2 pieces that are the most important are to have a sharp blade and to wait until this is completely dry. And now you have this piece that looks awesome. It's ready to go, and the edges are nice and cleanly cut.
All right, so we are proud as 2 peacocks.
Oh, what a horrible
You knew that
pun.
was coming.
I actually did not.
You knew it was
you
coming.
Sunk that low.
I did. Remember the NBC logo? Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, that's right. with
And the tail
peacock.
went out with the
That's
peacock?
right.
Now everybody knows it as Peacock On Demand something or other.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
that
that's
thing.
true.
But
Yeah.
I remember the old NBC logo. I'm dating myself.
You are. But that's okay, because everybody knows that you and I are not spring chickens.
Right. Or spring peafowl.
Any of that, yes. We are middle to advanced age here. You're the middle and I'm a little more advanced.
Yeah, well.
it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, we got lots of experience.
That is for sure. And you know what? We had a really good time messing with these.
We did. We had fun. You know, it is fun to be artistic and mess around with some elements that are already set for you. I mean, even I had fun, and I'm the one that made the collages in the first place.
That's
but
right.
I just liked, you know, arranging the feather eyes and the stamps and all that. So we hope you enjoy these.
Absolutely. It's gratifying. That's the word that comes to mind because everything is here and you're able to pull it together pretty easily, which I think is important when you have a kit that you're presenting. Is that we don't want to make it hard for you. That's not any fun.
It is important for you to pull it together, Barb.
Yes, it is. And on that note, let's say goodbye, Gracie.
See you later, Gracie.
Bye.